I take myself off mute for one. Hey, everybody. Good evening and welcome. I take myself off mute for one. I'm messing all the way up. Welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism. I'm trying to pin some. Okay. Welcome to this evening's Let's Talk Autism. Open discussion. If you are brand new to the Let's Talk Autism sessions, what this is open discussion where we just come together and talk about our journeys with our loved ones, among other things. So grab your favorite snacks and drinks, get comfy, and let's talk. For those of you who don't know me, I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment. Mute. You're muted. You doing one of my numbers.
That's why you didn't hear me when I said you were muted. Hey, I was asking if you were muted. Hey, I'm Linda, and I'm the other admin.
Yeah, so if you have any questions, you want to share anything, just throw them in the chat. Linda and I are parents, just like most of you. So if you see a question in the chat that you can help with, please feel free. And we also have, and I'm going to put the link in here for our honorary Mr. Charles, our honorary host. Let's see who's here. Hey, Rachel, how are you? We're gonna do that at the end, Rachel. I'm gonna let Mr. Charles up right now, and then towards the end, we'll get everybody else up here. Victoria, hey, Monique, hey, Jessica. We'll get everybody else up. How are you?
Yeah, hi everyone.
How are you doing this wonderful evening?
Oh, doing fine. How about you, Nita, and you, Linda?
Pretty good, pretty good.
I'm doing good as well. Thank you.
Yes, we had some windstorm. Well, we had a windstorm yesterday. So I was thankful that the electricity didn't go out last night.
Yeah, that's
wow.
good.
You look at that tornado that swept through parts of Illinois and Kentucky, and
Kentucky was really bad. Oh my goodness!
For, the length for which the tornado touched down.
Hey, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. The touchdown for something like 400 kilometers, more than 400 kilometers, I think.
Hey, Lori. I am meant to be here. I never miss your invite. Well, all right. All right. We are glad you are here. So anything been happening with everybody? Hey, Sonia.
Hi, Sonia.
Hey, Sonia.
And you guys, please do us a favor. Even if you're sitting in the background and not saying anything, but please hit that like or that love button. So we know you're here. You don't have to say anything, but if you are listening or tuning in with us, or even if you are in the chat, make sure you guys hit that love button. It helps us. That's one way you can support us by hitting those. Just don't hit that mad.
Oops. Whoops. Sorry. Sorry. I guess I want to be on there for myself.
Hi, Lori.
Hey, Lori. Hey, Juan. First time tuning in. Awesome. Welcome.
Yes, Juan.
Welcome.
Well, again, if you are brand new, this is open discussion. It's all about us sharing our journeys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you are in the chat and you see a question that you can answer or help with, feel free to chime in. This is just a social gathering for all of us to get together and share part of our journeys. Mr. Charles here is our honorary host, and he is on the spectrum, but he got a late diagnosis. And I'll let Mr. Charles tell you a little bit about himself.
Okay. Yeah, well, I grew up, my parents knew there was something different about me, and they tried to get answers. I was way ahead of the other kids in math, but I had no social skills. I couldn't figure out how to fit in with the other kids. And there were a lot of other things. I'm going to make this brief, so I have to summarize a lot. But, anyway, I managed to get through that. I went to college, the world's greatest university, located in East Lansing, Michigan State. Graduated with honor. Had a 45-year career as a mainframe computer software engineer. Anyway, it was when I was in my late 40s, my daughter began urging me to watch the movie Rain Man. And, then one day I was turning on the TV and that movie was just starting. So I said, let me watch it because Dorothy's been telling me I should watch it. So I did, and I saw why. And so anyway.
And you seen you.
Yeah, there I was. Yeah, I saw, a more severe version of me.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, at least you got a diagnosis, even though it was later on in life. At least you know.
So here I am anyway.
Here you are.
Hi, Teresa. Well, I hope that surgery goes well.
Yes. My son had his surgery and went well. So we're hoping your son, of course, it'll go well. We'll put that out in the atmosphere. A successful surgery. We will be thinking about you guys.
For sure. We're going to worry as moms anyways.
Of course. I need you just for the smiles and love and friends. Well, we're here. We're here. Rachel, we're going to let everybody up in a little while. We're going to have our little session first, and then I'll put the link in for everybody else to come on. Hi, Jessica. Jessica says, I have a question. My son is 28 months. He obsesses a lot. Just an example, his car was outside at my mom's house, and his car was outside at my mom's house, and he went to leave. He was having a major meltdown till my brother-in-law brought it in. At night, last night, he just kept obsessing over a sore on his hand for over an hour, trying to bite his hand. He can't stand anything being dirty. When the washer is finished and beeps, it has to be taken care of immediately. Is there a way to help this? Is this part of his autism?
Related to autism. That's clear.
Yeah.
We on the spectrum often display some of the behaviors that are some of the characteristics that are associated with OCD, but generally not enough to qualify for a diagnosis of OCD.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
and I
that's
think
kind of typical. The details vary from one child to another. Another child, some parents can't get their child to take a bath. So it's the opposite here. But here in this case, everything's got to be sparkling clean for him.
Yeah. And DeAndre, he had an issue a while ago with if the furnace came on, it bothered him. So he would go straight and turn it off. If the central air kicked on, he would turn that thing off. We had to actually go in the basement and put a box over the emergency switch because that's how much it would bother him. Especially in the winter, as soon as he hears it start revving up to blow that heat, he was at the controls, at the thermostat, clicking it off So yeah, but he eventually now it doesn't bother him.
And that's the thing
And
that we can get acclimated to sounds or sights that at one point bother us. It's a different thing when you have sensory overload where it's too much light or too much sound. That's another story. But when it's sight or something that bothers us, we can learn to put up with it.
Yeah. Now, what were you gonna say, Linda?
oh, I was going to say obsessive behaviors or thoughts or traits come with autism. Like, for example, says here many children diagnosed with autism have other behaviors which seem to be obsessive in the sense that they are hyper focused on preferred topics or items, or compulsive, the need to have things a certain way, the need to have things happen a certain way. So, like when he knows that the timer or the dryer is done, he knows what's supposed to happen next. And that's where he can be like compulsive or obsessive about this is what needs to come next and we need to get to it now. But it is typical with autism to have traits like that. uh, Emily I was thinking about it earlier today. So she was washing her hands for lunch today, and she literally was washing her hands like a surgeon. She was by the time, so she was there for a while. By the time that I started to record, I only recorded her rinsing, but she rinsed the way she scrubbed too. And it took that long, and it was just a whole routine to do. She's doing that at nighttime with her teeth. She's probably 20 minutes brushing her teeth. But
Oh,
she's
she's
getting
making sure.
yeah, she's getting obsessive with that. And it's been different things over the years that she's obsessed over. But yeah, that's common with autism.
Hey, Lizzie.
Hi, Kate.
Hey, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
Hey.
And again, if you're just coming in, or if you're in here, make sure you hit the love or the like button for us. I'm trying to find it in the group so I can pin it at the top. So give me a second. There we go. Oh, here we go. Put this up at the top. So, you guys, what else has been going on?
How's everybody's weather? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Here it says it's 3 degrees and clear.
Oh my goodness.
Is what degree?
3 degrees and clear.
3 Celsius?
Yeah.
Wait, is it? Yeah.
Celsius,
So
yeah.
what is that?
It's about 37 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
I was like, man, it really dropped.
Right.
But yeah, I can understand, as a mother, you're supposed to worry.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Danielle.
Hi,
How
Danielle.
are you?
I didn't know.
Did you guys, were you guys affected by the storm, Danielle? You guys lose power? Oh, pneumonia. I hope you're taking care of yourself, staying inside and taking your medication. And I hope you get well real soon, because pneumonia is nothing to play with.
No.
Especially this time of year. Jessica, yeah, wow, that's cold. Yes. Working for, I hope not with that pneumonia, Kate. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, you got to get your rest.
Yes, definitely. It has been cold here in Modesto. Oh, really? Wow. Cold in the Cali?
Well, that's Northern California.
Yeah, I still can't picture California being cold.
And it gets so cold there. It's funny because it gets really hot there, but it gets really cold there.
Weather here is up and down. One day it's snowing, and the next we are thunderstorm. Do you mind sharing? We have a 10-year-old, have IEP coming up for both. Can you share experience on most dues? Did
On
it
must,
cut off?
yeah, on must do's,
Oh,
and yeah.
Yeah.
oh, sure. One. Well, I'll start. I have a 15-year-old on the spectrum. He was diagnosed when he was 3. We just recently had another IEP, the second one this year, that I requested because they went from virtual to face to face. And tips that I can give you: make sure you are asking for what your child needs. Um, you can bring whoever you want to the IEP for support. If you don't agree with something, you do not have to sign it. I'm sure other parents will give you more tips, but just make sure you go in there prepared. Bring your pencil, bring your pad, and make sure everyone in the school that has anything to do with your child is available for that meeting. And if they're not, make sure you get some kind of notes, that they have notes available for their goals with your child. Linda?
Yeah, I would agree with all of that for sure. So we have a 16, she'll be 17 next month, 17-year-old daughter. She's considered severe. I would put her at a level 2, maybe not quite 3, but maybe some categories would be labeled a 3. So we are coming up we are in her junior year, so she'll be senior next year. IEP is coming around in the spring. Yeah, I would say the thing that really is to always know that you play a big part in the IEP. Don't sign anything you don't agree with. If the IEP you feel like is not containing everything that you need, don't sign it. Incomplete IEP is, I guess, the same thing as a wrong IEP. You know, if it had wrong information in there or things that you didn't want in there. So incomplete, it would take a whole nother IEP meeting to address it if you sign it. So it's best to continue that on, even if you have to continue it to another meeting, scheduled meeting, go ahead and do that. But definitely don't settle until you feel like you have the plan that you know is right for your kid or kids.
Yep.
So
And remember, this is your meeting. You have control. So, don't let them tell you otherwise, because this is your child, and make sure your child is getting the services that they need. Remember, there is a difference between wants and needs. So make sure you have their needs written down and you go over those first. Those are important. And then the extras.
And always understand that too. If you feel like there's a concern, don't hesitate to address it. Just put it out there. Even if it's something they say they can't do, put it out there that you asked about it. And then that way, and remember, it's all recorded anyways. And then that way, they will have to really verbally or in writing say, we cannot do this, but at least you put it out there. So there's some sort of liability out there. But yeah, I think the other thing is to make sure that the team is actually a team and not an individual trying to do this thing and another individual trying to do this thing.
Everybody has to come together.
Exactly. It's the opposite of like a coach and a team. It's a team and your kid. So the team is working to put a whole plan together for your child.
And if you have any outside therapy, you can invite them to the meeting too, because they all have to be on the same page. So if your child is in speech or OT or ABA or play therapy, make sure you ask them if they can join join in at the meeting. And if they can't, they can always write what's in their plan or to share their plan with the school. Anybody else in the chat has something to add? Let me see. Victoria says hers are 6, 5, and 4. Not all are formally diagnosed, but I homeschool, so I can't help much on IEPs.
IEPs, too, from what I understand, apply only to public schools. If a child is in a private or parochial school, then that doesn't apply.
Yeah, I think they have their own kind of. Didn't Kenyana say some kind of their own testing or plans? Yeah.
And if you live, so in California, they have regional centers. I forgot what they have in Michigan. What do they have in Michigan, Nita? Like our regional center
would
that
be
helps.
like Michigan.
Is it Alliance?
No. The one. See, now you caught me. I can't even think. It's MDHHS. Detroit Wayne. It's Detroit Wayne. Darn it. Wait a minute. I gotta look it up. See.
So they put together any needs, any plans that your child has, anything that's missing either in school or in therapy, medical. You basically address everything that you need through them. They have, instead of an IEP, they have an IPP. So they do that annually to find out anything that's not being met. So you can take the IPP to the school. You can take the IEP to the regional center, because that's what they're here called in California. But all of these things work together, and everybody is kind of linked. And the workers from the regional center will go to the IEPs as well to back up everything. They're the ones who pay for respite and therapy, like ABA.
We got, I had to look it up because I couldn't think right there. I had a brain freeze. Detroit Wayne Mental Health Authority. They help if you have Medicaid through the state. They help you, just like Linda said. They will do all those things. And Monique says Justice is scheduled to have another surgery on his. Oh, baby. This is his 6th surgery. His first one was when he was 5. He has more surgeries than the average. Oh, poor baby. Well, of course, we will be thinking about you guys and praying for justice. Our internet keeps going out. Okay. My aunt on the next street lost power, then the neighbor's house. Oh, no. Backyard is full of water. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
That's terrible.
Neighbor's house caught on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder from one of the wires or I didn't, thank God, knock on wood, I didn't lose any power. But around the corner from me, there was a couple trees down, and lots of debris on the streets. So, fire. Wow. I have one more question. Was it hard for others to get their autistic child off a bottle? It feels impossible. Actually, no. DeAndre, he pretty much got off the bottle when my other kids, around 2, he was completely rid of the.
I was off the bottle too. Of course, some people more than 10 times that age can't get off the bottle.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't remember Emily having an issue either. Yeah, I think she was more hooked on her pacifier.
It's hard for me not to get emotion. I understand, Monique. I know. Well, hopefully the next go round or during the school year, everything goes well and you can get some kind of satisfaction. Yes, it was hard for my son to be weaned off the bottle at the age of 2 years old. Okay. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I hope it goes well with the.
Yeah, I do too. Teresa says I have an IEP meeting in 2 months. Okay.
All right,
Okay,
prepare
let
well.
us know. We'll be praying for you too. And we hope everything goes well with all of you who have meetings coming up.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa. I need some advice for potty training. He is 13 and we're still in pull-ups. I'm going insane and now puberty. Now, let me say this. I don't know. I can't say it will work for everyone. DeAndre was in pull-ups up until about 11? He's 15 now. And I had to make a stand. And yes, it hurt. But I had to get everybody, all the family on the same page. So I had to just take the pull-ups and toss them. Because if I hit him in the house, he would find them. It was more of a comfort thing. But once we got in them and got rid of them, and he used the underwear and wet in his underwear, and he didn't like that feeling. He finally, got used to the toilet. But I, I had to just literally just say no more. Don't buy any more pull-ups. Dad, don't buy any. Grandma, don't buy any. And if we had any in the house, we had to hide them. Even now, he's got an obsession with wanting the baby's diapers sometimes.
Really?
Yes, he will take the baby's diapers and just put them in his bed because he was so used. He was in pull-ups for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's out of them now. But maybe someone has some good other good tips that may not work for you. Just getting rid of them, or if you have time, because they don't like that wetness. They don't like being wet. None of the kids. No kid likes being wet.
I remember my mom was telling me what finally got my sister to stay dry at night was, they stopped putting her in diapers at night, and then that cured her because as long as they had her in diapers, she would still wet her
Wet.
diaper at night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense because for whatever amount of years, it's their bathroom, it's their toilet, right?
Right.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For me, with the glass cups, I tend to drop them due to my hand-eye coordination. So we use sippy cups. It doesn't bother me. Okay. Oh, okay. You're using sippy cups now.
I recently bought a whole bunch of plastic cups because I'd broken a few glasses, and so I got those, and those Cindy and I have been using them since then, and um, you can't break them. Some kids, that's true. It's not a one size fits all thing. Some kids being wet doesn't bother them, and so
Right.
what works for one kid
Yeah, that's
doesn't work
true.
for the next necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you may try, Linda. Didn't you have some techniques you pulled up before, maybe that can help her?
Oh,
Reward system, maybe.
yeah. It's in files in the group.
Okay.
I will go look for this.
I still have problems with Justice. He uses them only at night to save my life. I can't get him to get up at night to use the bathroom. He's 16. Okay. Yep, I did a lot of that. Monique having to get him up, waking him up at 2 o'clock, and it could be a strain. Yeah. Yeah. So I understand. I understand. So
It's
Linda's looking for the file, and Lisa, she'll give you a couple of the tips there, but it is located in the group. Some potty training tips under the group files.
Do you want me to put it on here, Anita?
Yeah, you can add it on here. You're welcome.
it's a matter of the the bladder learning to alert the brain, and the brain learning to respond even when we're asleep. And
Right.
it's something that for us that happens automatically. Okay, you can get up and gotta
Go to the bathroom.
bathroom, but it's something we kind of take for granted. It's a mechanism, but the child has to learn, all the parts of the thing have to learn to work together. And my daughter had a problem with bedwetting, and she discovered how it was happening. She would have a vivid dream in which she had to go to the bathroom, and in the dream she would go on the toilet, and then she would pee for real. And I guess she one time woke up while she was in the middle of peeing, and she realized how it had happened, and so she cured herself of it right away. By what she did was every time Dorothy went to the bathroom, she would pinch herself to make sure she was awake before she released any urine, and she never wet the bed again.
All right. So the link is, Lisa, is in the chat. So you can just click on there. There is a PDF. And that may be helpful.
And one thing too that I read before is that so there's a certain age when people start to typically produce a certain hormone in your brain that slows the urine production down through the night. And so that's usually preschool age, around there. But with autism, I read that with people with autism, that tends to develop in their brain later on in life. So it could be, and it didn't say when, it could be different times. So it could be that because they're still going through the night, they're still producing urine, which usually you may produce, but you won't produce where you have to go. And then, like daytime routine. So you should be able to go through the night. So it could be that as well. And I also seen that they have the hormone in a nasal spray form. So you could even talk to your you could even talk to your pediatrician about that. I remember we talked to ours for a bit.
Okay. And then maybe in some cases it never develops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. If you're just coming in, or if you're sitting in the background, please hit the like or the love or even the laughter. Just don't hit that mean one. Show us some love. Show us some love.
The sad one.
Right. Mm-hmm. Lisa says, "Oh, really? Yeah, that's. Would be interested in knowing how that goes if anyone tried it. What I do with my son at night, I have to stop all drinks before 8, and I also have him go to the bathroom before laying down, so he don't pee in the bed during the night. Yeah, that's a good tip.
The hormone is called antidiuretic hormone, ADH.
Okay.
And what it does is it's produced in the brain. It causes the kidneys to release less water, decreasing the amount of urine that's produced.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never heard of that, but that's interesting.
Because I was a bedwetter for a bit, maybe second, third grade, and then I had one of my kids and that's when I learned about the hormone and the whole it's supposed to develop and slow down and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, my daughter had last accident at 6, and I thought that was better than her aunt 9. Oh, yeah.
Yes, ADH. Antidiuretic hormone.
Antidiuretic hormone.
So a diuretic is something like, say, tea. Tea is a diuretic, so you drink tea and it keeps you going, and it just keeps keep going. So it's an anti-diuretic instead of being a diuretic. So it's actually slowing everything down.
Dandelions are a well-known diuretic. In fact,
are they? Oh, that's right.
In French, although dandelion itself comes from the French, the word comes, but the French are also known by an expression that translates as pee in bed.
Really? What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Steve, my husband, his mom's side of the family is French, and they used to make dandelion wine. But yeah, dandelion seemed like it was like, I guess, a big thing with them. But yeah, they made dandelion wine, so they must have always, yeah, they must have always been well hydrated and going.
Right. Yeah.
We.
Wee, right. Right. Wee. Mhm.
So I see that there is a. So there's so I'm not recommending this. I just typed in um nasal spray for bedwetting. There's a Nature's Warehouse place. It's called Kids Stay Dry 2 ounce, and it's for bedwetting. Bladder support, a formula to help your child overcome bedwetting and potty training struggles. Again, I'm not recommending it. I'm just showing that a Google search. So there is some over the counter, I guess, antidiuretics.
And that may well be true. There's a psychological in the fact that a wet diaper and actually feel comfortable, particularly to a child who's used to having a wet diaper. It feels warm and comfortable. Whereas waking up on a cold, wet bed is not comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Not
you
at
see,
all.
you can see too, like as a baby, as they get older, so they may urinate less frequent. Like, so if they're in diapers till they're 2 or 3, they may urinate yet less frequently through the night, but the amounts might be larger, but less frequently. And because you can even, like, check in the middle of the night and they're completely dry. But a baby will keep wetting through the night. And that's probably the hormones starting to build up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Veronica.
And
Hey,
it's also
Veronica.
and
Make
it's
sure
also
you hit that like or that love button, Veronica, as you come in.
it's also the baby's bladder capacity increasing as it grows. That's another factor too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, good to have you with us, Veronica.
And their eating cycle is getting more spaced out as well. They're going to more solids and less milk. It's a whole, I guess, a whole lot of things.
And with some babies, and they recognize when they're wet because some will take their diapers off. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
that's how you know,
Yeah.
oh, you ready to be potty trained.
Yeah, exactly. Or they bring you a new diaper. Like, you know what? Okay, you can do that and then bring me a diaper. Okay, you know what? How about we cut a couple of these steps off and get you to the
Right.
bathroom?
Exactly. So if you're just joining us and are brand new, what this is all about is just our Sunday night social gathering where we talk about autism, open discussion. You can ask a question, share good news, share bad news. If you have a question or you see a question, you can answer in the chat. Feel free to chime in. The last few minutes of this live, I will put the link in the chat again, and you are more than welcome to come on up and say hi or give some inspirational words or some last words to everybody in the chat. And yeah, and if you are here in the background, even if you're not in the chat and not saying anything, please hit that like or love button for us. Anybody else have anything else going on this week?
Tonight I fixed roasted Brussels sprouts and chicken scampi pasta.
Chicken scampi. Okay. I love shrimp scampi. I never had chicken scampi.
Me neither.
I had never heard of it till I found this recipe. So
Okay. That's
the
interesting.
angel hair pasta.
Okay. Teresa says, I have tried everything for my son to sleep by himself. Every time I try to get up from my son's bed, he grabs my shirt, so I cannot leave his bed at all. Oh, he feels that warmth. Like, don't leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, eventually. Yeah, I just have to keep working with him with that, or let him know somehow that you are close by. Have you tried maybe a nightlight? Maybe that'll help. Anybody else have any suggestions, Mr. Charles?
She can try a shirt. There's something on her top that she can slip out of and leave him holding it and see what he does. But I mean, seriously, there are a lot of things women can wear at night that that offer them that ability to slip out of the top easily and just go to her own bed wearing her regular pajamas, whatever, and see how he reacts. Now, if he starts
maybe the scent of her,
no,
maybe something with her scent on it.
That's what I usually tell daycare parents who are bringing either preschoolers or infants to bring a shirt, something that's theirs, so they will feel less anxiety leaving them. But that is something that I always recommend.
Hey, Sonia, do I send Queen to junior high with no aid? She won't make it. But yeah, if you know she needs an aid, Sonia, make sure you let them know. Have you had your IEP meeting yet? Eddie will sit in a pee pull up until the thing falls apart. I test him to see if he sees it's uncomfortable and will want to pee in the potty, but he doesn't care.
It's the kind of pull up where it starts to get by their knees and then they're running, like playing around running, and it just drops. I remember those. That would be like after they woke up. Like, so if they used it during the night because they needed it or whatever, and then they kept it on in the morning and decided to go after they were awake. Yeah, it was gonna do something like that.
Sounds like my son. The only way he will come grab me is if he goes number 2 and he puts my hand on the tush and says, "You want butt?" Oh, that's too cute.
That's
like, no, I don't want your stank butt, sir, but let's go get you. That's cute.
This is a good idea. I'm just going to skip to this one real quick and get back.
Okay.
Also, we had a weighted blanket at night with my wife's shirt when we were trying to have him stay in his bed. I think that's a good idea. Of course, the right size weighted blanket, but that could be something that because, like, say if he wants your arm on him or a little bit of pressure, that blanket will do that, and it'll have your scent. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, interesting.
It
is a good idea.
There used to be a blanket on our bed that Emily loved. She loved it like since she was a baby. So, but the blanket started to get tattered. Like, it was just, that's how long we had it. So what we did was we cut pieces off of it and let her have it in her bed. And she just always carried even a little piece around. But she did good because I don't know. I felt like she wasn't connected to us. She might have been connected to the blanket. Okay, I don't remember where we're
right
on
here.
Okay.
No.
Right here, right?
Okay, right, yeah. So Kate says, sit in the middle of the room, bow your head. The first time he gets up, it's bedtime. The second time, it's time for bed. The third time, nothing at all. Just place him back in bed.
See, that's hard because you can do that with an infant. Remember those days? You can do that with the infant. You can put them in the crib. You go in there. Sometimes if you give them a bottle, you're not supposed to interact with them. You just do feeding and then you leave. You can do that with an infant, but it's harder when they can get up and and come to you and do everything else. So that makes it a whole
you got
different.
me now, huh?
Yeah, like I'm not in that cage no more, and I can walk. But yeah, so that it is that is hard.
Okay, nightlight in the hallway. Yeah, yeah. Juan had a great idea with the weighted blanket. My wife had to do that in the beginning when my son only wanted her for shirt and have went out. It worked for us. Great.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
I made sweet and sour pork with lean minced pork sauce for ribs, Chinese kind, and fresh cranberries in all veggie mix, frozen pack. It is very expensive to make with pork on sale. Okay. Had a good dinner. They haven't found her one yet. It was on the last IEP. Oh no. They have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go above somebody's head. What
were they looking for?
Get an aid, especially if they know she needs a one-on-one. It's an aid for the classroom, right? Or just transportation. So that I'm assuming it's for the classroom. But yeah, you're definitely gonna have to probably go over someone's head, especially if it's for her classroom and if it was on her IEP, because that's a legally binding document and they have to follow it.
Yeah. Sonia, there's a place here in our school district. We're in Solano County, so we're in Fairfield. Ours has a thing, it's SELPA, SELPA is the acronym, and it goes above the school district, but so the school district, if you have any issues with the school district, you're not getting something that you need, you go to their level and they will help you get what you need. Find out what Sacramento's school district has that's the equivalent. So if you look up SELPA, SELPA, you'll probably be able to find out what your equivalent is in Sacramento.
Yeah. Yep. Get on that, Sonia. Get on that.
Actually, I know a lady in the Sacramento area who has an autistic son because I tutor her son via Zoom. And
oh, really?
So yeah, I actually, and she's in. Let's see, where is she? Let me put on my reading glasses to read this address. Elk Grove. That's where she is. Yeah. Which is south of Sacramento.
Yeah, it's considered the Sacramento area. Like, if you're going to Elk Grove, I still say Sacramento.
Yeah. Sacramento.
Even though it is separate, but.
They just started observing her when they started in person. Okay. Does Linda knows low rider?
Yeah,
low rider.
And then they stopped to get ready to pull it up too.
I used to say, "Yeah."
I got a story to tell you, Lori, about that. My late second wife, Heloise, and her twin sister, Azetta, when they were babies,
Be right
I got this story from their mother. Whenever their diapers were dirty and she was changing them, she would exclaim, nasty. Well, when they got potty trained, that became their expression for number two. They would say, I gotta go nasty.
Okay. My sister had to get her blanket cut slowly to a little square. Oh, wow. It's the super nanny method. Watch the TV. Okay. Super nanny. I only watched that a couple times.
Yeah, I've watched it too.
Yeah. I breastfed in my bed. It was lucky. I breastfed in my bed. It was lucky I wanted to. She needed that. Okay.
Yeah.
Classroom. Okay, it's the A for the classroom. Yeah, well, yeah, write that down what Linda suggested and see. Yeah, my son's IEP, he is required to have an aide at all times because he elopes a lot. Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here's the name, Sonia. Silpa.
I think
Silpa.
for me, the main adjustment I had to make with junior high was going from class to class. I mean, I knew I was going to have to go from class to class. I knew that ahead of time. I was prepared ahead of time for it, but still getting used to actually doing it. And then, of course, another problem was there was a little mix up with my schedule because, uh, I wasn't taking seventh grade math. I was taking algebra too, and so they had some things mixed up in my schedule because of that, but they got that straightened out eventually, and within a few days. And then I got used to the fact that I had 4 minutes to get from one class to the next, and so I needed to budget my time accordingly.
Okay. Okay, we're coming down to our last few minutes. I'm going to do a couple of quick announcements and then I'm going to put the invite link for anyone who wants to come up and join us for a quick second. So, as you know, it is the end of the year. We are asking for those of you who can to please help with our end of the year fundraiser. That is pinned. I pinned this to the chat. If you can donate at any time. We have a donate button on our main page or on our website. So we would appreciate any donations. We are a 501c3. So your donation is tax deductible, and we appreciate anything, no matter how small or how big. And for this end of the year campaign, we're working on trying to gift the calendars that we will be producing to the parents who participated. So we appreciate that. Next, as most of you know, we have partnered with Autism Parenting Advocate magazine. You can see information about that magazine in the group. It should be pinned in the feature section. So make sure you check that out when you subscribe and use Autism in Us. You get some bonuses. Plus, you are supporting our community. Not only that, you are getting some great information. Plus, the executive director of the magazine, she will be coming in every other Tuesday. She didn't make it last Tuesday, so maybe this Tuesday or Tuesday after next to share some great information and resources for you guys. So make sure you check that out. I'm going to put the link in, so feel free to join us up here. And Lori says, Charles, my hallways were round. Now switching classes was hard to remember which way the numbers went up or down.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah. I never had that problem in high school, and of course there was a floor plan of the high school that we were issued, so it showed a diagram. It was a map of the high school, I guess, better way to put it. Um, so we pretty well knew where all the rooms were, but you know,
I would get on, but you just hear a put yourself on mute, Kate, because we got feedback. I would get on, but you would just hear Symphony of coughs. Oh, poor baby. I
yeah.
hope they all feel better.
I hope so too.
Hey, Stacy. Have a blessed week. Thank you. You too. Can we buy the magazine? No, Lori. Plus, you wouldn't be able to support our community, but it is only a digital magazine. So meaning it's available to download the PDF versions.
Hi, Kate.
Okay, so we are at the end. I want to thank everybody. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to say some last words. Make sure you click that like or love button for us before you leave. So, Mr. Charles, any last words this evening?
I'll just say, everybody, again, just try to stay positive, try to, be optimistic. The other thing, what Nina was saying about the IEP, you gotta stand up for your child. I even saw a post, I know it was in this group or another group, I'm not sure, but somebody said, they got a new school principal, and this school principal left her son out in the cold by himself, and she made the statement, I used to work at a jail, so I know how to handle kids like him. Well, you get somebody like that, you gotta, take action, whatever you have to do with the school board or even higher up to, she's hurting every child in that school.
Okay. And Lori says, I wish I could get the paper. Oh, well. Lori, you could get the digital and support our community. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not available in paper. Linda, can you share it? Because
I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
I'm going to share a picture. Danielle says, have a great week, everyone. Remember, caregivers, you deserve the same care for yourself that you give everyone else. Right on, right on. Thank you, Danielle. And
thank you. We have Juan on here for his first night here too.
Hey,
and he's joined us. Hey.
How are you? And welcome. You unmute yourself. Did you unmute yourself?
Maybe. Yeah, you have to push your mute microphone.
The window of the Facebook session, and then that way you don't get feedback between the Facebook session and the StreamYard session.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was. Yeah, and I can't push it.
Yeah, Juan, you have to hit the microphone.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, welcome.
Welcome. Glad to have you.
Awesome. Well, I can't really hear you guys for some reason. I don't hear you guys. You guys are far, but I just want to say thank you guys for doing this. Answer my questions. It was my first night here. Something I told my wife is that because we have 2 kids on the spectrum, I told her when we got the diagnosis that we're built for this, right? Because our foundation in Christ, whatnot. And so I just want to encourage every parents out there, just get with each other, right? Because we know what we're going through. It takes a village or what have you. And so thank you for answering my question. This is audio to us. So I want to continue to encourage everybody. And and thank you guys, Linda and Miss Nita. So are you guys going to join me for my IEP meeting? Because you said I bring somebody. You guys going to come over here to Chicago and help me out?
Yeah, yeah.
Virtually.
And you said you're new to this, but you know what? I know that you're going to be giving your information and your resources and your experiences to people as well. Yeah. So it's like, everybody has something for somebody else. And that's the thing. We're all here sharing our information and our resources and our wealth of information about our kids.
It's all about supporting one another.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have Teresa. Teresa, any last
Hi, you guys. Yeah.
Hi, Teresa.
That my son will have his aid removed from him because he doesn't need more.
Say it one more time.
His aid removed.
Oh, his aid.
His one-on-one nurse.
Okay.
Since he's been seizure-free for 4 months.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well,
congratulations.
Awesome.
Good.
So
that's
he
good
doesn't.
to hear.
So he doesn't need a one-on-one nurse anymore by his side or on the bus.
All right.
Good.
And I love coming on this group page right here.
Well, we're glad to have you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Thank
Lizzie, Miss Lizzie K. Fizz.
Hey guys, sorry I sound like hell. I'm still sick. Just want to come on and say hi, and I love you guys. I missed y'all. It's been a while since I've been on. We've been busy with photo booth and photography and Christmas stuff, and it's been crazy. So just want to hop on and say hi. Everybody have a great week. Be great and do great things.
All right. Awesome.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you, Linda. You want to
Thank
say
you. Will
anything?
do.
As we go back into this week with on our journeys, everybody hang in there. Know that it does get better. Just be there for our kids. We're our kids' voices. We come here for support, but we know that we're our main support for our kids, or our loved ones on the spectrum. So hang in there, and we'll be back next week to vent, support, share nice stories, congratulatory stories. So yeah, let's all meet back again next week.
Same place, same time. And I appreciate you all. And you all have a great night.
Everybody have a good night. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Good night,
guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.